Good morning, Western Slope. Happy Friday. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about your weather. Folks, it's going to be a beautiful end of the week to the beautiful week we've seen across the beautiful Western Slope. Take a look at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. This amazing sunrise is already kicking off. Things are shaping up to be a great one indeed across the Grand Valley. We're already seeing 50 degrees and clear skies. We're going to be seeing some of those clouds intermittently throughout the day, however, so don't rule any of that out. We're expected to finally hit 80 degrees for today. I know it's just been on the cusp of it the last few days, but it seems like today it might actually happen. However, we also have some gusty outflow winds projected for today, and because of that, we will be upgrading around noon to a red flag warning from a fire weather warning. More on that in a second, though. Right now, you're waking up to 50 degrees in Grand Junction and in Glade Park. Paonia not too far behind, with Montrose just a couple degrees cooler in those mid to upper 40s. With Nucla, Moab, though, seeing mid-50s to kick off the day here today. For that bus stop forecast, getting those kiddos out the door to 53 degrees, mostly cloudy conditions as that heads in around towards 8 a.m. And then, like I mentioned, those wind speeds really beginning to kick up. There's a difference between breezes and winds and gusty outflow winds. This is just going to be seeing an uptick in wind speed, but also just bigger bursts of really fast wind, if that makes sense. And then for the afternoon, you're going to be seeing that cloud dissipate just a little bit, but 80 degrees is on the way, so you can expect that. That's roughly going to be your high for the day. 70s heading your way as early as 11 in the morning, and then upgrading to 80s around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's only going to stick around for a couple of hours, but you'll definitely feel it in those late afternoon hours. And then, like I mentioned, that cloud coverage just intermittently throughout the day, but we're kicking off the morning here pretty cool in those mid-40s, going up into the low 50s for a little bit. Now, while I mentioned we're not in that red flag warning quite yet, we're still seeing fire weather warnings in effect for Mesa County, Delta, Montrose, Aspen, Vale, and Glenwood. But that's going to be upgrading around noon here, because what changes fire weather warning to a red flag warning is both wind speeds, which we will be seeing all day today, up to 25 miles an hour for different areas in the Grand Valley here today, and also a dip in humidity, with right now, we're seeing about 46% humidity, but as that decreases throughout the day, you're going to start seeing potential for that red flag warning to really increase. So there you go. For that dog walking forecast, we've had Barkley hanging out with us all week long, and it's going to be an interesting one to take your dog out for a walk, just so long as you're okay with a little bit of wind here. Take a look at that 9 o'clock hour, 60 degrees, and the mostly cloudy skies, 14 mile-an-hour wind speeds, though. So keep that in mind as you're headed out and about today, along with that pollen outlook. Trees still in that high category, with mold hanging out in that low section, some traces for grasses and weeds still in the forecast as well. So just a lot to keep in mind. Temperatures over the next couple of days, due to this low pressure system hanging out over the west coast, are going to start to decrease as it makes its way over to the east towards Colorado. And then, like I mentioned, going to start dipping back down towards those averages. Monday actually seeing that red line for the first time in a while, and then we're increasing right back up. Looking ahead, though, at that Discovery Auto Group 7-day forecast, mostly cloudy skies for today, along with some windy conditions. That's the story for today, folks. And then as we head into the weekend, things are shaping up to be great. Going to be a little windy tomorrow still, though. Montrose, slightly cooler. Same idea, though. Going to be seeing those mid-70s, pretty lovely conditions. And then that cloud coverage hanging out all day long. All in all, though, folks, it's a pretty nice end to the week.